procession. Why are you smiling? I wonder what that technique was.
whatsoever things are true. A promise made here at the University of Alberta over 100 years ago. Today we are gathered to celebrate this commitment to ourselves and to the community. We celebrate with all those who leave here today with their degrees. May you continue to seek truth. May you continue to serve in our global home. May you continue to grow in wisdom and understanding. And may you continue to uphold the university's values of integrity, freedom, and the equality and dignity of all persons to create a community filled with promise for the future and goodwill toward all. Please be seated. Welcome to the University of Alberta. My name is Doug Stollery, and I have the privilege of serving as Chancellor of this university and conferring all of your degrees today. The University of Alberta acknowledges that we are located on Treaty 6 territory and respects the histories, languages, and cultures of First Nations, Métis, Inuit, and all First Peoples of Canada, whose presence continues to enrich our vibrant community. On behalf of the entire university community, I'm delighted to welcome you to this convocation. Graduates, we're very pleased that so many of your friends and family members could join us to celebrate your degrees. As you participate in today's ceremony, you are walking in the footsteps of many generations of scholars. Today's formal opening procession to the stage, led by our Chief Marshal and the University Mace, originates in the procession of the Guild of Teachers. Such guilds in past centuries were dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge. Individuals moved from apprentice to master to teacher, assuming increasing responsibilities for learning and leadership in society. The many different academic gowns, hoods, and caps here on stage today reflect centuries of university tradition. As Chancellor, I wear our University of Alberta colors of green and gold. The different colors of your own faculty hoods signify to everyone here and to our society the degree that you have earned. Your caps, or Oxford-style mortarboards, may be considered a symbol of the scholar's independence and freedom. And today, we are all here to celebrate your freedom and to recognize your new leadership roles in our community. We will hear from the chair of our Board of Governors, a member of the Legislative Assembly, and our university president. We will also hear from Mr. Stephen Kakfwi, who has accepted our invitation to receive an honorary doctorate of laws, our university's highest honor. An honorary degree recognizes inspiring role models and leaders, celebrating extraordinary achievements or remarkable service to our society. Following the presentation of the honorary degree, we will begin with the recognition of your degrees. One of our deans will present you on behalf of the faculties, and our president will guide you through your pledge to pursue the encouragement of learning and the public good. It will then be my great honor to admit you to your degrees and to confer upon you all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities that come with being a university graduate. Then it will be your turn up here with us. Each of you will cross the stage as your name is called. For everyone here, that will be the most important part of our ceremony. Your degree will be conferred as I congratulate you and we meet each other on stage. And since you get your degree when you greet the Chancellor, it's important to remember to stop to greet the Chancellor. Just a hint. That moment will bind you and the University of Alberta together for all time. Joining the celebration at the center of the stage with me today is our President, Dr. David Turpin, and the Chair of our Board of Governors, Mr. Michael Fair. I'd also like to recognize Elder Elsie Gauthier, who is here today to extend a special recognition to Indigenous members of our learning community, and to J. Roy Makokas and Clayton Aubuchon, who will perform an Indigenous honor song for Mr. Kakfwi later in the program. Distinguished guests on the Convocation stage also include a number of community leaders and members of our Academy, including the Right Honourable Joe Clark, former Prime Minister of Canada. I'm very pleased that deans and professors from our faculties of Graduate Studies and Research, Engineering, and Native Studies are here to congratulate each graduand as you cross the stage. We're all here to welcome you to our University of Alberta alumni family. I hope you enjoy the day. I'd like to start by inviting greetings from the Chair of our University Board of Governors, Mr. Michael Fair.
Eminent Chancellor, Mr. Douglas Stollery, President Dr. David Turpin, distinguished guests, graduates, families, and friends. I'm pleased to be here today on behalf of the Board of Governors to bring the board's greetings and congratulations. Today is a day of celebration when the entire university community, along with your family and friends, gathers to celebrate you, the graduating class of 2018. You have achieved a level of excellence that will be forever recognized in your university degree, a University of Alberta degree. Over the years, thousands like you in the class of 2018 have left the university to take their place in our ever-changing world in Edmonton, Alberta, and beyond. Along with the university's academic and administrative community, the Board of Governors is committed to excellence in the teaching and research that has supported you and the many who will follow in your footsteps. Collectively and cooperatively, you will be the generation that moves us forward in the arts, in the economy, in knowledge and discovery, and in the pursuit of the public good. Your degree is not only a sign of your achievement at the University of Alberta, but it is also fulfillment of the trust and promise of your family and friends that you are the kind of citizen who shares your knowledge, understanding, and thoughtfulness. An individual with skills that are the foundations of a civil society, a competent, giving, ethical, and engaged in the challenges and opportunities of today and tomorrow. Congratulations to you, your families, friends, and supporters. Be proud, savor your success, enjoy today, and we wish you the very best for the future. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mr. Lorne Dack, the MLA for Edmonton-McClean.
Thank you, Mr. Fair. Good afternoon. Dr. Stollery, Dr. Turpin, Board of Governors, Mr. Kakfwi, faculty, staff, graduates, family, and friends, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to bring greetings from Premier Rachel Notley and the Minister of Advanced Education, Honorable Marlon Schmidt, and thank you for inviting me to join you on this very, very special occasion. I also like to acknowledge that we meet here today on traditional Treaty 6 land and traditional Métis land shared by them as well. I want to congratulate Mr. Stephen Kakfwi for being recognized with an honorary degree, Doctor of Laws, and we'll see that ceremony later today and enjoy it. On behalf of all Albertans, I thank you for your tremendous leadership, sir, your achievements and contributions. Dedicated and driven leaders like you inspire all Albertans. The University of Alberta has a strong reputation for developing leaders who are breaking new ground and blazing their own trail. I see this ambition and drive to succeed in the class of 2018 before me. Congratulations to the class of 2018. Today, you have reached a significant milestone in your life, and you join a long line of graduates whose achievements and contributions have lifted the University of Alberta and our province to new heights. Alberta, Canada, and the world continue to be shaped and impacted by University of Alberta graduates. These graduates and the world continue to be shaped by your activities today, now, and in the future. They are linked by a collective spirit and purpose to be catalysts of positive change in everything they do. I have every confidence that your education at the University of Alberta will provide you with a strong foundation and to build from and build upon. Putting into practice all that you've learned here will empower you to fulfill your potential, realize your dreams, and guide you through whatever challenges lie ahead. After the worst recession in a generation, Alberta's economy is recovering. Not everyone is feeling it yet, but it is recovering. With the economy looking up, now is the time to help more Albertans pursue the education they want. It's why our government is focused on making post-secondary education more accessible and more affordable for Albertans. We're providing stable and predictable funding to post-secondary institutions in Alberta so they can continue the great work they do. We've extended the tuition freeze for a fourth year to keep costs down for students, and I hope that has helped you in your education over the last number of years here at the University of Alberta. And we're investing $50 million over the next 5 years to create 3,000 new learning spaces so more post-secondary students can get the education they need to get good jobs in the high-tech sector. In addition to this, we're investing $298 million in capital projects at post-secondary institutions and allocating almost $119 million to maintain post-secondary infrastructure so students have access to modern and innovative learning spaces. Our government's continued investments in students and post-secondary institutions will ensure Alberta's economic recovery is built to last. We really, truly do believe in the value of education. We all benefit from well-educated people contributing to our communities, society, and economy. Now that you have a post-secondary credential, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Your future awaits, so remember to continue to believe in yourself, have the courage to take risks, and follow your heart. Congratulations once again on your convocation.
It's now my pleasure to invite Dr. David Turpin, the President of the University of Alberta, to address convocation.
Eminent Chancellor, distinguished guests, members of the Academy, staff, family, friends, and especially you, our graduates. Congratulations and well done. Today we mark a significant milestone in your lives, the granting of a degree that took years of hard work and dedication. Moments like these are relatively rare in life, and I hope that you will enjoy today and take pride in all that you have accomplished. Convocation is the University of Alberta's most important ceremony, one that is shaped by tradition and symbolism. In this ceremony, we issue your degree and grant you your independence from the university, and welcome you into a lifelong worldwide community of more than 280,000 U of A alumni. Today, we both liberate you and remind you of the enduring connection you now have with the University of Alberta. It's that tension between independence and community that I want to talk about today. A few years ago, we first welcomed you into the U of A. Ours is a big, diverse, and at times fractious community. In fact, it would be more accurate to say the U of A is a collection of communities made up of many individuals, groups of people, disciplines, and perspectives that all coexist under one name, each with a corner of campus that they can call their own. And yet, we are one community, one that builds bridges and creates communal spaces where we come together to debate our differences and to discover our commonalities. These bridges are both physical and metaphorical, pedways that link law to fine arts, humanities to business, health sciences to education, and engineering to AILS. Buses that link North Campus to Campus Saint-Jean, the LRT that links North Campus to Enterprise Square and South Campus, and Highways 14 and 21 linking our Edmonton campuses to Augustana. But at our heart, we find places that belong to no one group, but instead to all of us at once. Libraries, cafeterias, sub, hub, athletic facilities, the quad. It's in these shared spaces we come together with a common purpose. That is, to pursue knowledge, generate original ideas, and discover new truths. So fundamental is this mission to our community that the U of A's motto is Que Cum Cavera, or whatsoever things are true. Pursuing whatsoever things are true is a high ideal, and you and I both know that the discovery and learning of new knowledge is a messy, sometimes rough endeavor. And although on the one hand, The pursuit of knowledge is highly individualistic. On the other, new knowledge can only be tested and refined when you cross the metaphorical pedway and see what others think. Before we can arrive somewhere truly new, there's got to be argument and debate, controversy and failure. You can work very hard to solve the problem, prove your thesis or make your case, but eventually you have to bring it into community. And there you may find that someone else has another idea or argument that challenges your own. I hope that during your years here, that you have often been confronted with ideas that troubled you, even shocked your sense of the true and the right, and maybe even infuriated you. Because it is in these moments that you have learned how to do the hard work of stepping outside of yourself to uncover your own biases and assumptions and examine how they affect your perspective on a problem. Sometimes, and this can be tough, you have had to admit that you were wrong, that the evidence doesn't support what you thought was true and you needed to change your position. At the same time, I also hope you've had the experience of knowing when you have developed an idea that is worth defending because you found the evidence and the argument to do so. There's been a constant debate in society about the role of a university education. Some people argue that its primary goal should be to prepare you for independence, for your own professional career success. Others contend that the primary goal should be to prepare you for citizenship and your service to your community. These diverging views of the university have been with us for at least 200 years. Still, universities endure, and university graduates continue to bring enormous value to their communities, both as individuals and as citizens. So how best can you serve your community? Paradoxically, by prizing and protecting your capacity to think for yourself, and respecting and protecting the right of others to do the same. And how can universities best serve society? By prizing and protecting their autonomy and independence so that we can continue to give people like you the space and support you need to think independently without fear of external control or reprisal. To do otherwise would put a constraint on the imagination that would slow the speed of change and innovation, if not suppress it altogether. You, our students and graduates, would learn that conformity, rather than creativity and innovation, is the goal of learning and education. Instead, we need you to be independent thinkers. We need you to question conventional wisdom, challenge the status quo, and propose alternative futures. Why? Because major technological, economic, environmental, social, and cultural shifts lie ahead. Alberta, Canada, and the world need your leadership. We need your generation to shake us out of our complacency and sense of what's right. We need a new objectivity to help move us forward. So be brave, be courageous, and take risks. Continually devote yourself to seeking and learning. Strive to create new ideas, and don't fear testing them and debating them within your communities. We have confidence in you. We look back on what past generations of U of A alumni have accomplished, and we know that you, like them, will take on the challenge. You too will become the future thinkers, creators, and builders of vibrant, diverse, and prosperous communities. So, thank you for all that you will do. Congratulations to each and every one of you, and we look forward with great anticipation to all your future accomplishments. Congratulations and thank you.
knowledge shall not be the concern of scholars alone. The uplifting of the whole people shall be its final goal.
They inspire us all with their brilliance, creative force, and fervent desire to make the world a better place.
I accept in the name of our poor people.
Dream your dreams. It is possible to have a new kind of world.
Those who receive an honorary degree from the University of Alberta set the highest standards of dedication and excellence for students and for society at large.
It is a good day to be you.
Remember who you are. Remember where you come from.
And while their backgrounds and fields of endeavor vary widely, all are exceptional.
Maybe it's best if I just speak from the heart.
I will remember you. Will you remember me?
We face today a clash of ignorances.
You are who make the history. You are who create the future.
U of A honorary degree recipients embody the university's vision to inspire the human spirit through outstanding achievements in learning, discovery, and citizenship in a creative community.
Your generation will be called upon to balance what is now moving quickly to a tipping point.
I think we are now in the threshold of a new beginning.
It is a spirit that is building one of the world's great universities for the public good.
It is your attitude that will sustain you. It is not what happens to you, it is what you do with it.
Go out and not simply change the world, go out and save the world. That is what I would seek you to do.
Hello, my name is James Dempsey and I'm the Acting Dean of the Faculty of Native Studies. Whenever an individual is being recognized for outstanding achievements and other great accomplishments, it is customary to honor that person with a special honor song. Over the past hundreds of years, there have been many honor songs that have been passed down from generation to generation, community to community, and from family to family. These songs have a special power to them and therefore carry such great meaning and emotion when sung for the honoree. It is these songs, accompanied with the beat of the drum, that truly show deep honor and love in its greatest light. It is my pleasure today to introduce this song in honor of Mr. Stephen Kakfwi, our honorary degree recipient today. J. Roy Makokas and Clayton Obishan will be performing the song today. J. Roy is a Ni-Yao from Saddle Lake Cree Nation and has been drumming traditionally for 6 years. Clayton is a member of Goodfish Lake First Nation and has been drumming for 25 years. Drumming is important to them because they celebrate life through song and dance. Would you please stand and join us? Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate and the University of Alberta, it is my privilege to introduce Stephen Kakfwi for the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws, our learning community's highest honor. Stephen Kakfwi's enduring dedication, advocacy, and leadership have helped to transform political, social, and economic development for the Dene, Métis, and Inuit in Canada's north. Mr. Kakfwi's many legacies include settling regional Indigenous land claims involving the Gwich'in, Saulteaux, and Métis and the Tilcho, developing and implementing a Northwest Territories Protected Areas strategy, bringing together Indigenous organizations, industry, environmental organizations, and the federal government, ensuring that North America's first diamond mines located in the Northwest Territories provided northern employment, training, and business benefits, and establishing the Western Arctic Leadership Program designed to encourage young Indigenous students to prepare for future leadership roles. He regularly connects with young people across the Northwest Territories at conferences, speaking engagements, and music festivals. A gifted storyteller, over the last several years, he has turned to music to express his thoughts and feelings. In 2012, Mr. Kakfwi established Canadians for a New Partnership, a group of Indigenous leaders and prominent Canadians, including Mary Simon, Phil Fontaine, and former Prime Ministers Joe Clark and Paul Martin, all working together to promote better relations and reconciliation. Canadians for a New Partnership ended its work in December 2017, once the federal government committed to establishing a National Council on Reconciliation in response to one of the 94 calls to action from the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Mr. Kakfwi continues to play an active role on a variety of initiatives supporting community development and a balanced approach to a conservation and development of northern resources. This afternoon, we celebrate his vision. We also honor a lifelong commitment to improving the lives of Indigenous peoples and preparing the next generation for future leaders in Canada. Eminent Chancellor, with great respect, I present to you Stephen Kakfwi.
Stephen Kakfwi, in recognition of an outstanding champion of self-government, community economic development, and the rights of Indigenous peoples in Canada's north, I desire to confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws, and to express the hope that we shall continue to be enriched by your wise counsel for many years to come. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, Eminent Chancellor, President Turpin, Chairman Fair, members of the board, friends, relatives, my wife Marie, my daughter Kyla, graduates. Today is your day, it's about you. The ceremony is all about you and your achievements, your years of hard work and dedication. It also, for me, marks, in my mind, the beginning of a series of crossroads that each of you are going to face starting today. Choices that you will have to make. Where to go, what to do, and how to do what needs to be done. I spent a year and a half in the University of Alberta to become a teacher. I spent 8 years in residential school. The reason I chose to be a teacher is so I could go home and never be forced to leave again. But I realized that it is not a safe place for anybody, the world that I saw back in the 60s. See, I was there when there was news of black people being hung and shot in the States. I read a story of Emmett Till, 14-year-old black boy shot for talking to a white woman in a grocery store. In May of 1970, as I was deciding to go to university, my uncle said, "Steve, they shot 4 students in a university in the States. Soldiers shot 4 white boys at the university for protesting." I grew up in a residential school and slowly was deprived of the ability to feel compassion, to feel love, to feel worth something. And when I came out and I went to university, I thought my first choice is to hide and go home. But the Berger inquiry started in the Northwest Territories. Our people were facing the prospect that a huge gas pipeline was going to be constructed through the heart of our homeland. And we were not ready. We had nothing. Not even a bank account or an office or a telephone. Absolutely nothing. And I was called on by elders and by the chiefs to come and work. And so I never came back to the university. I got a different type of education, developing a vision about how a people can stand as a nation, how a people could take back their land and the management of their wildlife and their land and their lives, unlike anything Canada has ever seen before. There was no blueprint for it, no one to tell us how to do that. I was 23 years old. And my father said, "Son, tell me again, what is it you're going to do?" And I said, "We're going to take back our land, Dad, and we're going to manage the wildlife. We're going to rename our schools and our communities. We're going to take over the government of Northwest Territories. We're going to send an MP to Ottawa, try to get somebody in the Senate." I was 23 years old. I had my second job. And he said, "You sure you're going to do all that?" And I said, "Yeah, we're going to do all that." Naive, young, but empowered by a vision. I spent my whole life doing that. And today, we do own huge tracts of land. We are prominent players in the government of Northwest Territories. We manage our wildlife, our environment, our water. We do many things, and yet we're also a struggling people still. A people who, in the 50s, were still out hunting and trapping, who had no schools in the 50s. The transition has been swift, it has been dramatic, and for many of us, it has been tragic. Disabled in many ways, fractured by the impact of residential schools. I come here today to thank you for the recognition, but also to offer some advice and insight to the young ones, the young people, the graduates who are going to go forth into the world. And the world is uncertain, perhaps even more so than in the 60s and 70s. We come in many ways from diverse backgrounds, countries, where often there's too much racism, intolerance, discrimination, wars. And my gift, my advice to you, is try to find a way to find peace, to be at peace with yourself. That is a very, very difficult thing to do. And I also say my advice is to look for a way to be compassionate, to care for others, to give so that you could receive. those are going to be probably the most important things that you can attain aside from your academic achievements. Compassion and peace, because in this world, there is enough money for everybody. There's enough food, there's enough water, there's enough land, but not enough peace and not enough compassion. And so we hoard, and there are people starving, and there are people fleeing from their homelands. There are people still killing each other. We know how to do that, and we do it well, and we've done it before. So we must always be on guard. And as I say, we need you to show compassion, not only to your friends, and not only to your family, but to everyone around you. For those to not be a selective act, because it would mean nothing. That for your friends, for your family and your grandchildren and the children coming, that you have extended in every which way possible, so that everyone can start to see a shift in the world that needs it so badly. I spent my whole life trying to make sure we had houses, roads, schools, health centers. And an elder said one day, "Steve, you have no heart. You're just like a machine. Anybody can bring houses." He said, you should do your work by connecting to your heart. You should do it with true love and compassion. And it took a little while to understand what he meant. And I realized the single biggest job I had was to get rid of the hate and the fear and the rage and the anger that I carried inside from my years in residential school. And so that's what I've been working on. And I know that that is the most important thing for me in my life, not the number of houses that I saw built, or medical centers, or airports, but it is to bring compassion to the work I do, to bring some love and tolerance and respect to the increasing diverse country that I find myself in. That I believe that Canada can be a country of healing, a country of welcome, where the people we invite and the people who are inviting, including the first peoples of this country, leave behind their pain and suffering and all the negative attitudes and feelings that we've carried from the experiences we have in the past too. To truly forgive and start a new day. An elder said, "I cannot ask the Creator to give you a long life if you're not making use of every day that He gives you. You have to learn how to live, and you have to learn how to live every minute, every hour that the Creator gives you. It is better to have a short life and live it fully than to live a long life and have it empty of love and compassion." So this is my advice and my gift to you, that in my life, that's what I have learned. You can achieve many things, many great things. People can say great things about you. But at the end, when you're by yourself, you have to be able to say, "I'm at peace I know what peace is. I know what it means to feel love and compassion for all those around me, and that is the comfort you can give yourselves and your children, your family, that Canada is a country of healing. It is a country of welcome, where all of us, as diverse as we are, can make it a home together. And we need to start with you. Thank you very much. Merci.
Thank you, Dr. Kakfwi. You are an inspiring example of how a single individual, empowered by a vision, can make a true difference in our society. To commemorate this honorary degree, we would ask you to sign our university honor roll. And that makes it official. You are now a member of the University of Alberta, class of 2018. Welcome to our family. And now, graduates, it is your turn. As the name of each graduate is called to cross the stage, I will formally admit you to your degrees, and we will have an opportunity to congratulate you. On your journey across the stage, you will also walk past the University of Alberta ceremonial mace. Centuries ago, the mace was a symbol of authority over life and death. Today, this mace represents the life-changing power of knowledge and the importance of our university and our graduates in the community. I look forward to meeting you here on stage.
Candidates for degrees will please rise and follow on page 5 of the Convocation program. You have a spoken response, so please follow along. Please rise. Eminent Chancellor and President, on behalf of the faculties, I present to you these scholars and ask that they be pledged and admitted to the degrees to which they are entitled.
Do you promise faithfully to observe and loyally to maintain the statutes, customs, privileges, and liberties of this, your university? Do you solemnly promise to conduct yourself in all things loyally and faithfully to the honor of your university, the encouragement of learning, and the good of your country?
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province and with the consent of this university, I admit you to the degrees to which you are entitled and invest you with all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining to such degrees. I charge you to use them for the uplifting of the whole people, to inspire the human spirit, to serve your community for the public good, and to pursue more steadfastly whatsoever things are true. Please be seated.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Fraser Forbes and Professor Naomi Krogman, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Engineering and the Faculty of Graduate Studies and Research. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Mohammad Shazad Afzal. Ahmed Wael Aldabag. Swayamdipto Baduri. Zhengrong Cheng. Walid El-Wahalgi. Sepida Imam. Jeffrey Kyle Fink. Pengfei Gao. Sean Michael Kerr. Benim Khorshidi Mianai. Sashitha Kusaladharma. Thomas Dieter Lehmann. Lei Li. Alex Manlik Ma. Fan Chi Meng. Mohamed Molavi Nojumi. Lihing Jim Kim Sute. Brody James Todd. Wenjing Wang. Yang Wang. Olmolbanin Yazdan Baksh Pode. Joshi Puthan Parambi Yosedes. Shichao Yue. Jian Zhou.
Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Master of Science, Nikhil Agrawal. Zayed Al-Mansouri. Shahin Natakshiev. Bitan Banerjee. Andres Sanibal Castillo Lugo. Mohamed Mahdi Eliassi. Fadwa Stuka. Fatma Golibelgian. Syed Mayar Hosiel Motar. Dominika Yuhasova. Puria Karimian. Sachin Koshik. Sunny Shangyu Kung. Dandan Liu. Jorge Luis Manin Marcano. Mertash Merabi. Mohammed Najafi. Navdeep Kaur. Aliriza Nomani. Edson Roberto Noguera Jr. Jyoti Palta. Muhammad Rizwanwar Raman. Navdeep Kaur Rai. Parthasarathi Ramakrishnan. Desiree Reholen Hinojosa. Sadek Ali Shaban. Shivam Shrivastava. Ian James Smith. Gaganpreet Singh. Gurpreet Singh Suhi. Scott Evan Tavermimi. Jordan Taylor Faust Titoski. Meng Wong. Uchi Chang. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Master of Engineering, Amar Asmaro. Beatrice Elena Bravo. Ripandeep Kaur Dillon. Robert Lorenzo Heinrichs. Setute Hotor. Bhargav Sharma Kupa. Dragos Mokri. Aref Soyef. Michelle Nicole Scoli. Dongyu Shao. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Fraser Forbes, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Engineering. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, and recipient of a Governor General's Silver Medal, the Henry Burks and Sons Medal, and the APEGA Past President's Medal in Electrical Engineering, Nathan Brian Olson with distinction.
Nathan Olson is one of 3 recipients of the Governor General's Silver Medal. The Governor General's Silver Medals are the University of Alberta's most prestigious academic awards and are donated by the Governor General of Canada. First presented in 1873 by the Earl of Dufferin, the medals recognize and encourage academic excellence across Canada. Nathan is also this year's recipient of the Henry Burks and Sons Medal. This medal is awarded to a graduating student from the Faculty of Engineering on the basis of excellent academic standing in the final 2 years of the engineering program. This award is donated annually by Henry Burks and Sons Limited. Nathan's dedication to academia has resulted in the achievement of a 4.0 GPA. That's not bad. And not surprisingly, he has received numerous awards. He has played an active role in campus and community groups as well, and has been involved with the crisis support services of the U of A's Sexual Assault Center, and he's been helping with inner-city meal preparation. Nathan also created and led a solar initiative funded by Shell Canada called The Sun in a Box, which aims to educate students on the value of solar energy. Upon graduation, Nathan will be working in Ontario, engineering and implementing automation systems for the Government of Canada. He also hopes to continue the Sun in a Box solar initiative. Nathan, on behalf of everyone, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done. All the very best.
Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering, George Antonius with distinction. Stephen Daniel Bodez with distinction. Celeste Marie Ep Chesson. Kelly Chin. Adam Joseph Christensen. Victoria Ann Rose Hestorfer with distinction. Ken Christopher Batas Hidalgo. Caden Garrick Hillier. Calvin Leslie Ho. Alvin Yijing Huang. Recipient of the APEGA Past President's Medal in Computer Engineering, Ryan Jeremy Huard with distinction. Jessica Wynn. Arjun Srinivas Kalburgi. Quentin Taylor Lottisher. Andrew David Lawrence with distinction. Jenyang Lee. Reem Maruf. Curtis Joseph Mullaney with distinction. Tyler Wayne Mathieu. Vitor Ferreira Mendonça with distinction. Keith George Mills with distinction. Adam Roy Narton with distinction. Alexander Huangdui Nguyen. Jonathan Robert Edward Oman. Aaron Joe Phillips. Danik Laurent Goudreau Pomerleau with distinction. Jessica Prito. Oliver Michael Rarog. Aman Seth. Derek Jeffrey Schultz. John Patrick Simborski with distinction. Daniel Tran with distinction. Harley Herbert Vanslow with distinction. Runki Wang. Kevin Wong with distinction. Rui Wu.
Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, Ronak Viken Amin with distinction. Blaine Darrell Armstrong. Christina Amor Artacho. David Anthony Asgardine with distinction. Lucas Bradley Bartz. Wenyong B. Braxton Allen James Bonneville. Matthew Victor Chernohorsky with distinction. John Chen with distinction. Wenjo Chen with distinction. Yue Chen. David Eduardo Chicote Chung. King Wayne Calvin Chong with distinction. Jenelyn Christine Rejano de Galicia. Mohammed Omar Dira. Nicholas Faria with distinction. Andrew Robert Fisher Chamberlain. Joshua Jacob Gallardo. Yuan Gao. Harsantok Singh Gill. Pavanjot Singh Gill. Nicholas Murphy Gomes. Amin Good. Ryan Trevor Grams with distinction. Shaolu Guo. Aaron Gupta. Sean Nicholas Halliburton. Richard Edward Helfman. Zaraf Huda with distinction. Oliver Lucas Harlan Isaac. Tian Xia. Jishin Jia. Fiona Jiang. Radhika Kaura. Benjamin William Kendall. Brendan Kyle Klimosko. Christina Kong. Quentin Everett Laborde. Sharon Lee with distinction. Alain Maurice Le Tourneau with distinction. Zidi Lee. Christopher Maxwell Luyenga. Eredi Ceremonia Loriezzo. Christopher Dan Lufam with distinction. Corey Kahong Ma with distinction. Jeremy Douglas Macmillan. Nicholas Zachary Ma. Mackenzie Ian Miller. Gurpinder Singh Multani. Imrat Mutiala. Samuel Mukasa Muanguzi with distinction. Ivan Longhe Poon with distinction. Megnath Ramesh with distinction. Vishnu Gokul Rangan with distinction. Yvonne Eliana Rodriguez Ala. Liam Alexander Ross with distinction. David Andrew Roscoe with distinction. Li Fu Shao with distinction. Evan Jonathan Shalast. Elsie Tang. Hans Tanzil. Huang Trin. Jilan Wang. Xiaoshuan Wang with distinction. Shweta Wang with distinction. Yifeng Wang with distinction. Zichao Wang. Zhao Wei. Derek Wong. Jason Chi Ming Wong with distinction. Alison Wu with distinction. Yuyang Yao. Edmund Yu. Wen Yao Yu. Miao Zhang. Yan Zhou.
Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, Blake Mackenzie Adamson. Luisito Yuson Agoncillo. Devin Adrian Alberti. Wakar Ali. Parsa Amini. Rajan Aurora with distinction. Kenji Ao. Mia Madison Blackner Ao with distinction. Recipient of the APEGA Past President's Medal in Mechanical Engineering, Jonathan Lee Balash with distinction. Evan Riley Jones Batten. Jaden Dennis Baudouin. Kirsty Ann Ruth Bell with distinction. Janae Teresa Belrose. Christian Benadi. Ryan Alexander Bestilny. Dakota Anthony Bileski. Adrian Jacobus Boyson. Zicheng Sao. Jason Kaidat Chen with distinction. Jiawei Chen with distinction. Ishwan Chen. Chunsan Choi. David Leonard Krapko. Trevor Patrick Cloutier. Adam Vernon Corbière. Norman Ansel Avanash Cressy. Brody Justin Damo. Tristan Emile Den Hartog. Drew MacDonald DePoe. Shengxuanzi Dong. Kelvin Duong. Brendan Neil Iwasiak with distinction. Sui Fong. Kayla Nicole Fontaine with distinction. Matthew Philip Gagnon. Dylan Gamage with distinction. Joshua Jeffrey Gamble. Jacob Philip Germain. Jonathan Christopher Gertz. Bradley Merle Gertz. Melissa Gomez with distinction. Mark Quinn Goosens with distinction. Paul Dominic Grandinetti. Ryan Murray Grunwald with distinction. Daniel Gunter. Mingji Han with distinction. Kyle Gerard Hanfield. Daniel David Hansen with distinction. Arjun Singh Hari. Ethan Singh Hari. Eric Douglas Hartakainen with distinction. Linda Hasanovich with distinction. Sheldon Lee Holland. Morgan Holmes. Jordan Hahn. Charleston Kevin Hong. Catherine Pamela Hogue. Colton David Hovde. Daniel Lyle Howland. Anam Adnan Iqbal. Saqib Islam. Naveed Iraq. Carson Parker Iwaniak. Franco Lyle Janer. Kyle William Johnson with distinction. Mia Kalavoda. Lakshay Kapoor. Danny Fadi Kadur with distinction. Pascal Kim with distinction. Jessica Cresta. Jonah Christopher Gordon Kruschke with distinction. Lawrence Kwan with distinction. Lowenmark Lafleur with distinction. Mengting Leng. Troy Joseph Levier. Ryan Lee. Shilai Lee. Yusa Lee. Zunan Lee. Zishi Lee with distinction. Tianshuo Liang. Chenshu Liu. Liang Liu. Morgan James Lashney. Alex Liu. Brandon Louis. James Alexander Lytle with distinction. Braden Riley McIver with distinction. Zachary Benjamin Matushik. Sarah Ann DeVere Matthews. Brendan Mitchell McNeil. Christopher James Johnson McNichol with distinction. Alex McCormand with distinction. Gavin James Melligan. Aya Merhi. Joshua Winghong Milner. Dallin James Mohegan. Bradley Leighton Mokri with distinction. Alex Patrick Morcom. Al-Arif Ramat Mohayat Cha. Joshua Frederick Mulder. Robin Lee Murray. Dino Nimarlia. Joshua Nguyen. Prashant Nandyal. Spencer John O'Donnell. Toya Joseph Okeke. Jean-Luc Olsen. Austin Lee Palo. Zhongli Pan. Dhruvil Patel. Nile Patel with distinction. Parth Rajankar Patel. Caleb Jamal Pearson with distinction. Cameron Anthony Pinto. Jordan Nicholas Polischuk with distinction. Christopher Riley Pollard. Tyler Poon. Luis Miguel Puerta with distinction. Angel Chi. Nathan Giovanni Ragusa. Rohinesh Abelash Ram with distinction. Nicolas Ramirez with distinction. Taylor McKay Ralt with distinction. Rahul Ravin. Ije Ren. Wasif Reza. Justin Alexander Richards. Kirby Ringland with distinction. Anam Rizvi with distinction. Nigel Rodriguez with distinction. Gursim Ranjit Singh Sandhu. Cole Morrison Saunders with distinction. Lindsay Randy Schick with distinction. Colson George Schneider with distinction. Alexander Blaze Sador. Marcus Allen Schaefer. Harsh Vinay Shah. Jonathan Lee On Shim. Harry Singh with distinction. Cameron Grant Shervey. Jace Oli Sorensen. Adam Melvin Sylvester Sparrow with distinction. Joshua Francis Spasiuk with distinction. Derek Henry Spence with distinction. Brian Eric Hare Stevens. Devin Taylor Stone with distinction. Scott Ryan Storbacken with distinction.
Eldon William Mabida Stier. Anthony Tang. Christopher Michael Taschuk with distinction. James Cole William Tatum with distinction. Tyler Christian Thagard. Luke Joseph Titford. Sarah Joyce Toogood. Zachary Ryan Treese. Mitchell Sidney Trollope. Byron Tsang. Griffin Brent Tweedy. Uttar Udvinchenko. Vadim Mikhailovich Uritsky with distinction. Daniel Ognyeyororo Oyo. I think they like you. Tyler Daniel Vanos. Spencer Andrew Nathan Vandermeer. Brandon Jose Vargas. Ryan James Waltz with distinction. Receiving a Bachelor of Science and a Certificate in Interdisciplinary Leadership Studies, Jason Ro Chen Wong. Kai Wang with distinction. Zheng Wang. Patrick Christopher Ward with distinction. I beg your pardon, that is Lucas Nicholas Wawarik with distinction. Sarah Lynn Wetlaufer. Dallas J. White. Jessica Rujie Wu with distinction. Bowen Xie with distinction. Kecheng Xie with distinction. Heng Shui with distinction. Shaofei Yan. Eric Yang with distinction. Jiahao Yang. Curtis Kenneth Peter Yaremchuk. Yichi Zhang. Yu Ying Zhang. Xitao Zhang with distinction. Adrian Anton Zimiewski.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor James Dempsey, I present the following graduates for the degrees in the Faculty of Native Studies. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Native Studies with honors and recipient of the Faculty of Native Studies Medal, Leah Christie Hersion with first-class honors.
This year's recipient of the Faculty of Native Studies Medal is Leah Hertsoon. This award is given to a convocating undergraduate student with superior academic achievement in the Faculty of Native Studies. Leah is graduating today with a Bachelor of Arts in Native Studies with first-class honors in her program. Leah's dedication to academia has resulted in numerous awards and scholarships over her career, including the University of Alberta's Undergraduate Academic Scholarship. Last summer, Leah's ambitions drove her to participate in the University of Alberta Classical Archaeology Field School course in Italy. Leah has been admitted to a Master's of Arts in Native Studies at the U of A and will begin this fall. Leah, on behalf of everyone here, congratulations. I was the field school. I bet it was.
Marcy Elaine Arscott-Deer with first-class honors. receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Native Studies with honors, as well as a certificate in interdisciplinary leadership studies, Marina Gianna Noche Saporito with first-class honors. Courtney Lynn Webb with first-class honors. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Native Studies, receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Native Studies as well as a certificate in Aboriginal Governance and Partnership, Megan Joy Arcand. Charlene Roseanne Gambler. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Native Studies, as well as a certificate in Aboriginal Governance and Partnership, and a certificate in Aboriginal Sport and Recreation, Cole Morley Gladue. Jordan Richard James Cooey. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Native Studies, as well as a certificate in Aboriginal Governance and Partnership, Laurel Lee Jasmine Left Hand. Matthew Gerard Murphy. Receiving a Bachelor of Arts in Native Studies, as well as a certificate in Aboriginal Governance and Partnership, Michelle Agatha Marie Myers. Lynn Doreen Sokwepenes.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculties, I present to you the remaining scholars whose names appear in the Convocation program, but who are not in attendance.
Well, graduates, you've made it. You are now officially on the other side. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2018. Well, graduates, now it's your turn. I'm going to ask you to stand up and turn around and get everyone's attention. Let's give the people who have supported you through all of this, your parents and siblings, your grandparents, your spouses, your children, all your friends, give them a huge round of applause. Well, today is truly a proud moment for them and for the University of Alberta. In total this spring, we will have graduated 6,713 students. Now that we've got you all back with us, it's time to turn our attention to the final part of today's ceremony. Before you are formally welcomed into the University of Alberta Alumni Association, I invite you to watch the screens for the presentation of a special video montage. The song that accompanies the video, Je te retrouve, or I Remember You, was commissioned by Campus Saint-Jean in 2008 to honor the U of A's centenary. It captures the hopefulness and potential of days spent at university and hopefully sparks your own memories of your years here. The song is also a display of many U of A talents. It was composed by Professor Emeritus Dr. Franz Lavoisier-Ouimet, and it was arranged by U of A alumnus Dr. Alan Bevan. The recording is performed by Chorale Saint-Jean under the direction of Laurier Fagnan. Please enjoy.
Thank you.
Eminent Chancellor, thank you. To the 2018 graduating class, congratulations and welcome. My name is Rick Dowell, and I graduated from the University of Alberta in mechanical engineering in 2002. And it is my honor to congratulate you on becoming a University of Alberta alumnus and to officially welcome you into our alumni family. You are joining a proud and inspired group of graduates committed to each other's success and committed to building the University of Alberta into one of the world's great universities for the public good. I call upon you to stay connected with each other, with other alumni, and with your university throughout your lifetime. We will be there for you, for each other, and for our university. I also call upon you to go out from this place and be inspired by the promise and challenge of our alumni to do great things. Our alumni have done many great things in the past. Now it is your turn. Great things are actions, big and small. They can take place anywhere, anytime. They support other alumni, the university, and our society, and they come from using the knowledge and talents you have gained here for the betterment of yourselves and others. Congratulations and best wishes in all your future endeavors.
No matter what your story, where you came from, what it took to get here, at this place, you were welcomed. You became part of our family. At this place, you inherited a spirit of innovation, of action, of coming together to uplift the whole people. Our school and our spirit have grown, but we still learn, innovate, lead, solve problems, take action. We raise up our communities, and we help others succeed. We are University of Alberta alumni, and for more than a century, we have come together and carved a new trail for those who follow. Together, we are stronger. Together, we shine brighter. Together, from this place into the world. Together, we have and we will do great things.
In closing, I'd like to offer a few words of thanks. Dr. Stephen Kakfwi, thank you once again for sharing your story and your wisdom with our university family. You are an inspiring example of leadership, service, and accomplishment, and in accepting this honorary degree, you bring great honor to the University of Alberta. I'd also like to thank our talented vocalists, Ms. Kaylee Henbest, and our outstanding Convocation band under the direction of Dr. Thomas Dust. And I wish to acknowledge the hard work of the staff of the Office of the Registrar for their organization of today's convocation. I'm pleased to invite everyone to join us in the main floor and first balcony lobbies for refreshments and conversation. Finally, to our graduates, congratulations for all that you have accomplished leading up to the conferral of your degree. Today is an important milestone in a journey of lifelong learning. Your education here will open new horizons for you and for our entire community. Wherever your dreams may take you, I invite you to remain close to your alma mater, the University of Alberta. One final thought. As you contemplate your future, I encourage you to remember that of all the things that you may do, of all the successes that you may achieve, nothing is more important than the kindness you show to others. Congratulations.
is on